Hi everybody, this is Astro Diver number 1, and I need to replace my fish finder. The Hummingbird there on the left is about 6 years old. The screen is burned out on it. I already tried to fix it. So instead of just replacing it with a fish finder that'll plug right in, I've decided to upgrade a little bit. This is a Garmin EchoMap Chirp 54 CV. It does have built-in chart plotting capabilities, so we're going to try to upgrade. This isn't going to be a how-to installation video, but I'm going to show you most of what I go through, and I think it'll be helpful if you own a pontoon boat. There aren't a lot of videos on YouTube on installation of a fish finder on a pontoon boat, so hopefully this will help out. There will be issues, I will guarantee it, but this is basically just the steps I'm going through, and we'll go from there. A little about the boat. This is a 2013 Bennington pontoon boat, 20 foot again. That's a fish finder that is going in it, an EchoMap Chirp 54 CV. It's again a 2013. It gets a lot of use, mostly in the Gulf of Mexico and the river. It's been a good boat. It's got over about 400 hours on it. I do all the maintenance to it myself. When I bought this chart plotter fish finder, I thought to myself, well, I could just buy another fish finder that plugs right in. But this is more about the thought process and some of the issues the pontoon boat owner would have. And one thing that I knew right before I bought it, looking at videos on it, is the transducer on the Hummingbird is, I don't know, a half a finger. And Garmin sent me this gigantic dildo looking thing. As you can see, I'm kind of worried about that sticking out. So we're going to figure out how to mount it, which shouldn't be a problem, but how to make sure that it doesn't get damaged. So I am going to remove this old transducer. It should be pretty simple on this. And pull this. You got the wire, it goes underneath the boat, underneath the plywood, which I'll have to crawl under there to get to, and then up into the through the console, and then up over to here. So these are the two wires, one for the power supply and one for the transducer. So it looks pretty straightforward. Hopefully it will be. These are the 3 screws that hold on the base mount for the chart plotter. We're going to have to get rid of that gooey silicone in there. And then we're just going to cut these wire holders, get rid of these tie straps, and just separate the 2 wires and pull the unit through. Okay, so I'm starting at the top here. So I have the unit off. I have the base mount off. And then I'm going to pull these 2 wires down through, and I'm going to take the transom mount wire down through underneath the console, underneath the boat, and out to the transom itself. That's the way I'm going. By the way, these are stainless steel screws, so keep these suckers. Alright, we just pulled the wires through into the console. And we have 2 wires. This wire right here is going to be the power supply, and we're going to leave that alone for now. The other wire over here is the transom wire that goes down through the boot, and I think we can just pull that through from underneath. Alright, so underneath the boat, the transom wire pulled right through the boot, I'm sorry. So I got this wire here, and now I just need to start cutting some wire ties, then just pull the wire out. Okay, the wire is all out. That took all of 5 minutes, and now we just need to disconnect the transducer. One concern I had before I bought the Garmin unit is if the transducer wire would be long enough, 20 feet. Well, it's the same length as the old transducer wire, so we're all good there. So the new transducer's on. It's huge. I put it in the same position, about a 1/4 inch underneath that transom piece right there, and we'll go from there. But it's big. My only concern with it is docking on the port side. Otherwise it should work out. The new Garmin unit is a quick disconnect, so when you pull the unit off, you can cap the wires off. It's kind of neat. These caps will come in use when I go to push it up through the boot. And to get it above the port side log about 5 feet, I'm going to use this handy broom handle to push it through. Okay, we got the new transom wire through. I'll secure it later. And I was lucky enough to be able to just push it up through the boot into the floor. So we'll get that up through the console and ready for connection. Okay, so we have the new transducer cable up through the newly cleaned base mount area. Next is the power. So the old unit is 2 wires, red and black. They go to a 12-volt outlet. Of course, the new one has 4 wires, and I'm not really sure where the other 2 go to, so we'll go through the owner's manual, check it out again. But for now, I'll just hook up the red and the black. Okay, the power wire is now through, so we're just going to hook it up real quick and see if it works. So for the 2 power wires, all I did was cut and splice the black and red together, just get the unit running. I have options on the base mount, so I am going to move it back a little bit. It's just sitting there right now, but the unit seems to be working just fine. And what I'm going to do is definitely it's going into Crystal River next week. It's going to sit there for 2 months. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out the sonar, fish finder, all that good stuff, and give you guys an update. I hope that helps. Take care.